So good morning, everyone. Let's do this again. My name is Francia, and today we're going to be doing a very gentle yin-style restorative practice. So it won't be our usual Sunday vinyasa. We will be mostly on the floor. If you'd like to have a set of blocks, or maybe at least one block that you can have with you so that you can use it for any type of restorative kind of holding posture, like maybe back bending, we'll do something with that, and or a bolster or a series of blankets that you can roll up and have accessible to you so that you can prop yourself up comfortably. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and elevate the hips if that's comfortable for you. Soften the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes if it's comfortable. And then allow yourself to just find your breath. Moving through the inhale and the exhale with kind of a sense of full awareness that as you're breathing in, you're aware that you're breathing in. And as you're breathing out, you're aware that you're breathing out. So as the breath flows in, full awareness, inhaling. As the breath flows out, full awareness, exhaling. One more time, full awareness, in breath. Full awareness, out breath. And then let's add, if we could, a little awareness of that pause at the top of the inhale and at the bottom of the exhale. So as we breathe in, at the top of the inhale breath, there's a gentle pause. And as we breathe out, at the bottom of the exhale, there's also a gentle pause before the next breath in. So see if we can focus on those gaps, those spaces. Inhale. Focus on the pause at the top of the breath. Exhale. Notice and be aware of the pause at the bottom of the breath. And again. Awareness at the top of the breath. And as you exhale, completely awareness at the bottom of the breath. Noticing that gentle float where no breath is coming in or out. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. That float at the top of the breath. We're not retaining, we're just observing. Exhale. The pause or the float at the bottom of the breath. Again, just noticing. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back to your natural pace of breath. Notice if it's rhythmic or natural. Notice if it's a little bit labored, a little erratic. Notice if the inhales are shorter or longer than the exhales or vice versa. Just take note of how the breath is representing itself to you right now. How is the breath showing up for you in this moment? Try not to change it, alter it in any way. Just simply observe. And with the next inhale breath, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart, softening the shoulders, the jaw, lengthening nice and tall through the spine. Be aware if you're already rounding to your back, punching forward, or if you're arching back a little too much. Find the center line with your body. We'll inhale together for the sound Om. Om. And exhaling, slowly releasing the hands down. We'll blink the eyes open, awareness into our space. Good. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Panda, if you want, there's some cushions over there that you can sit on. Might be more comfortable when we sit. So it's up to you. All right. So we're going to take the right hand down to the floor and take the left arm up towards the ceiling. Extend up to that left arm, reach and find length in the body. And then as we exhale, we can take the nice fold over as far as you can towards the right. And then inhale, slowly come back up to where we started. And then exhale back to the center. We'll do the other side. So left arm reaches down, find your balance, find your position. Right arm, reach it up to the sky. So find length of that right side body. And then exhale, reach it up and over. Trying to keep that right knee and right hip down as much as possible and spiraling the chest. So we want the chest to be facing forward or even slightly up. And inhale back to where we started. And exhale back to center. Good. One more time each side. Right arm extends. Left arm straight up. Inhale. Exhale, take it over. Hold and breathe. Moving that left shoulder away from the ear. Drawing into the navel and rotating and spiraling the chest open. Inhale back to the arm up. Exhale back to center. Good. Other side. Reach the left arm out. Right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, take it over. Spiraling the torso, reaching that right knee down, extending through the fingertips. Good morning, beautiful girl. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale back to center. Good. Now we'll go for a nice gentle twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, find rotation, shoulder back. Stay and breathe. You don't have to go very deep into this. Remember, we're just warming up. Deep breath in, slow breath out. And then exhale, release. Before we do the other side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And then we'll take right hand, left knee. Left hand behind you, look over left shoulder. Rotating through the spine, creating space through the spine. So try not to arch, try not to round. Draw in through the navel and lift up through the rib cage. Feel your twist, nice and easy. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. One more time for that twist. So left hand, right knee. This time, if you want to go a little deeper, you can take that right hand around. Find your thigh. Just create a little bit of a half bind here. Try to stretch through the neck, moving the eyes as far to the right as possible. Exhaling to slowly release, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Good. Other side, right hand, left knee, left hand behind you. Again, this time, if you wish, taking that left arm around, finding your thigh and creating a little half bind as you rotate. Try to keep your body nice and centered, long spine, looking back over that left shoulder. Eyes looking as far to the left as possible. And then slowly exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Good, beautiful. Let's come off the cushion if you're sitting on one. And then let's go ahead and extend the legs forward. So you can bring one leg out, kind of position yourself, other leg out. And if you are a couple doing the practice, like I have in front of me, you can use each other's feet to help find position. So maybe Alishma's inside and Alexandra's outside, or vice versa. There you go. Good. And then now inhale, lift your chest, shoulders back. You can position your hands on the floor next to you. So kind of pushing into the mat, opening through the heart space here, and find flexibility in your legs. So what we're looking for here is flexing through the feet and pressing the calves and the thighs down to the mat. Good. Lengthen up through the rib cage, shoulders back. Try not to lean back. So do the most you can to bring your rib cage forward. And from this position, you're going to start to lean in if it's available for you. It may not be available for you. So if it's not, just stay upright. But if it's available, lean forward. And then you can bring your hands forward and see how that feels. Good. So then you can decide. You can also hold each other's hands. There you go. Good. Good. All right. Don't hurt each other. They're crazy, these two. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, maybe bend the elbows. Good. Ruthie, try to open your chest a little bit more so your shoulders roll back instead of hunching forward like this. Open the heart. Yes. Beautiful. Good. Very nice. All right, steady your breath. Inhale. Just be wherever your body takes you. Don't overdo it. Feel this in your legs, but you don't want to be extra on it. So just allow it to be calm and peaceful. Remember, we're doing a gentle restorative practice today. So we want to feel like we can hold here naturally without a whole lot of effort. If it's available for you, you can walk the hands a little further forward and see how that feels. If you start to collapse in your shoulders, then you know you've gone too far. So you move the shoulders back and you stabilize again with the legs. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, press up. Exhale, walk your hands back in, nice and easy. And then we can come back to those fingertips on the floor, lift the chest. Notice how much easier perhaps it feels to be here. We're gonna split this in half. So we're gonna take that right leg in, fold it in towards the left inner thigh. So you're making a 90-degree angle with your legs. And instead of facing that left leg like we normally do, we're actually gonna face the right foot. So the right leg is on the inside. Yep, there you go. And then we're gonna fold in the same way. Also, same thing here. Maybe you can find yourself nice and straight and reach forward. Remember, you're trying to hinge from your hips, not fold from your middle back. From here, you can extend your arms wherever they go, or just simply stay upright. Shoulders roll back, stabilizing your breath. Belly's drawn in, and we're lengthening and extending. If it's available for you to bring your forehead or your chin to the floor, you can try that. Otherwise, just stay where your body needs you to be. There is no right or wrong with any of these postures. It's just depending on your body and what your body can do. Beautiful. Okay, Suma, try to lengthen your spine a little bit more so that you're not hunching. Good. So that means you might need to come up a little bit higher. Beautiful. Good. Looks good, Sudhakar. Looks good, Mindy. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. And again, if it's possible, maybe you're just resting the elbows. That gives you a nice space. Or if you have a block, bringing your forearms to the block. That might feel nice too. Yeah, there you go. Good. Good job. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Come off. Bringing your hands either to the floor or to the block. And then before we come out of this, let's make a little twist. Right hand behind you, left hand to that right knee. And then rotate the spine. And you want to keep your left hip down as much as possible. So you're not trying to elevate that left hip. Press it down. Keep it grounded. And find rotation in the middle back, looking over right shoulder. Steady, easy breathing. Inhale. See if you can come back to that pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale. Find that pause at the bottom of the exhale. And then slowly we'll release, come back to center. Good, all right. Extend the right leg, bring the left leg in, we'll prepare for the other side. So again, instead of lining up our chest with our right leg, which is what we normally do in Janu Shirshasana, we're keeping the chest to the front, lining it up over our left foot. And then again, finding fingertips, lifting chest, shoulders roll back, stabilizing the breath. And then exhale, start to reach. And maybe the reach is all you need. That feels good. You can feel it in your legs and in the groin. Keep that right foot nice and strong, Alishma. So flex the right foot back. Yes, good, beautiful. And then if it's available for you, hands on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe the elbows come down to the floor or to a block. And then you can decide how deep or not so deep you want to take this posture. If it's available, dropping your chest down. Maybe the chin or the forehead can come down to the floor, moving the shoulders away from the ears. Your right leg here is your foundation. So as soon as your right toes start to relax, then the whole thing goes out of whack. So keep that right leg nice and steady. And again, you can just stay onto your forearms. Because this is a restorative pose, feel free to use as many props as your body needs to find ease within the struggle of the posture. So one of the things we want to focus on when we do restorative postures like this is to connect with a sense of deep internal awareness. And all that means is that as we're holding a pose that may not feel terribly comfortable in our bodies, we let go of the fact that it's uncomfortable and we're just here. And we surrender to what we find without having to judge, move, change. Just be. One more breath. Inhale. Shoulders back. Exhale. Good. And then pressing into the block or into the mat, coming back to center. And then before we come out, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, find rotation, looking over that left shoulder, opening the chest. Trying to keep your right hip down, keep the right leg nice and contracted so that's nice and grounded and rooted. And then exhale, gently, slowly release. All right, good job. Okay, let's go ahead and take both legs in and we're gonna come to a kneeling position. So as we come to the kneeling position, let's actually start with a nice child's pose. Separate the knees wide, big toes touch, hips come down to the mat. And if you have like a big pillow, you guys have two over there if you want to use them, but you can place them underneath your rib cage so that it can support you. And then you can let your head come down to the mat. Another option, if you don't have a pillow, is you can use a block. The pillows are just a little bit more comfortable because they're squishy. So allow your shoulders to relax. Keep the hips reaching down towards the heels, even if they don't touch. Let's say your hips are really high up, they don't quite touch, that's okay. Just keep reaching them down so that one day your whole butt touches your heels. And then let your rib cage or your chest rest on your pillow or your block. You can make a pillow for your head if your neck feels tension, or you can extend your arms and let your forehead or your chin come to the mat. See if you can spiral the shoulder blades out and around, kind of wrapping them to the outsides of your body as opposed to squeezing them in. So kind of just really find a nice way for your body to settle in with just enough effort without having to overdo it. Any changes you want to make in this posture that feel better for your body, feel free to do so. And just come back to that deep awareness of breathing. We'll be here maybe about 20 seconds or so, so just settle in. Let's do one more deep breath. As you inhale, really try to create length in the body, reaching the tailbone back, the fingers and the top of the head forward. And as you exhale, surrender to what length you found and created. With the next inhale, we can lift the head first, look towards the fingers, shoulders roll back, and then slide the hands underneath the shoulders and inhale, press yourself up. Okay, we can move the pillow off to the side, bring the knees in, come back to tabletop position. All right, we're gonna work a little bit here on the flexibility of the toes and feet. So tucking the toes under, we're gonna lean back to stretch the toes and feet. If you have really tight ankles, really tight toes, this is gonna feel quite uncomfortable. So you can always just stay here, or you can use the block and bring your hands to the block. That might make it a little bit more comfortable. It's up to you. But I'm gonna ask us to move on. If you wanna stay at any of these variations, you're welcome to. You can place your knuckles onto the floor and then slowly roll up onto your, the mounds of your big toes. So the balls of your feet. And then again, if you have the block, using the block to help you stabilize, stay upright. Or if you wanna try, you can use a little bit of balance, up to you. Any variation is fine. You can also bring your fingertips to the floor, lift your chest, shoulders back, and try to find stability here. Find one spot to look at that is not moving, and then either bring your hands in prayer or keep them down next to you. Belly is drawn in, chest lifted. It's okay to shake and wiggle a little bit. It's just your body adjusting so that you can find balance. One more breath, inhale, lift through the chest, exhale. And then slowly as you inhale, bring the hands down, bring the knees down, and then come on to the hands and knees once more, release the toes, and then let's just find a little tapping of the toes, kind of just letting them go. Good. All right, let's move into cat and cow. So separate the knees, separate the hands, hip width, shoulder width apart. Inhale, lift the head and chest, shoulders back, lift the tailbone, open your heart. Try to really find that arch in the back. And then exhale, curl under. Finding the opposite direction arch. So tuck the tailbone, tuck the chest, tuck the belly, chin towards the chest, shoulder blades separate. Inhale again. Open heart, lift chest, tailbone out and back. Exhale, curl it under. And then at your own pace with the own rhythm of your breath, try to move maybe 5 more times. Inhaling as you lift. And exhaling as you curl down. Now really using that ujjayi breath, the breath with sound. As you inhale, you open the heart. Use the full breath to come into the posture, and as you exhale, you curl under, using the full breath to come into the posture. So you should be done with the posture when the breath ends. And then that pause and the inhale takes you back again. So at your own pace, maybe you're doing a little bit more than me or a little bit less, depending on how fast or slow you're going, but I got 2 more. Last one. Press into your fingers and knuckles. Try not to dump all of your weight into your wrists. And then exhale, coming to flat back. Good. All right. So walk the hands slightly forward. We're going to do a high plank. Extend your right leg back. Toes tucked under. Find strength in your right leg, then lift your left and find almost like a push-up position. So this is different than an upward facing dog or a downward facing dog that's the butt sticking up in the air. You want to find a plank. So shoulders are stacked right over your hands. Your fingers are wide. You're kind of squishing your mat with your fingers. So when you look at your fingertips, they should be almost white in color, all the blood draining out of them. Hold and breathe. Fan out the shoulders. Take 1 more breath, see if you can do it, try to stay with it. See what happens when you push a little bit more than your body is able to. You see if you find your line, that space where things are just a little too hard, but then not easy enough. And then let's exhale, bring the knees down and release the hips back. Find an extended child's pose with the knees together. Keep the hands right where they were before. Try not to move them because we're going to go back to that same spot. All right, relax here, taking weight off your hands. Okay, inhale, come back to that same position. Hands are still forward, shoulders stacked over the wrists. Tuck both toes under and then come back into that same plank position. Hollow out the navel and push and fan out the shoulders. You can always do this from your knees down. It's the same concept, but you don't want your knees underneath your hips. You want them behind your hips, or find the straight line. So let's hold for 5. 1, good. Don't sag your hips. 2, good. 3, you look great. 4, fan out the shoulders. 5, knees come down and sink back. Taking inventory here of how that felt. And what is useful for me is I like to give it a number of difficulties. So if that was a 10, then I know that next time I want to bring my knees down. If that was a 5, I know next time I want to bring my knees up. It was a 1 for Alexander, but that's different. He needs to be doing Ashtanga with us, you guys. All right, inhale, come back. And then now we're going to go into our downward facing dog. So knees underneath the hips, tucking the toes under. Inhale, lift the knees. Let's hover here for a moment, just 5 seconds. 1, 2, just barely off the floor. So those knees should be barely lifting off the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, push it back, find your downward facing dog. You can adjust your hands and feet. So we want our hands shoulder width apart. We want our feet hip width apart. And for this first one, let's walk it out. Let's take this dog for a walk. Pedal out the legs. Bend one knee, straighten one knee, sway the hips. Maybe transfer your weight back to your heels and then forward to your hands so you can kind of find that center line where your chest moves towards your thighs and your body kind of moves between that space between your arms. And then once you've kind of settled in, if it's possible, straighten your legs, press your heels down, and then gaze up towards your thighs or your knees. Let your head relax, let there be no tension in the neck. We're gonna hold here for 10, so stabilize your breath. 1, if it gets too much, back to child's pose, that's totally okay. 2, 3, calm, peaceful breathing. 4, 5, keep your gaze steady, try not to look around, it's just about you. 6, what's your experience? What's happening within? 7, 8, what are the thoughts in the mind? 9, observe without judgment. And 10, exhale, take the weight forward, extend the legs back, find your high plank, and then we'll bring the knees down and we'll do chaturanga. You can always do this from your toes. Hug the elbows towards the rib cage, lower your chest, your chin, and your belly. Inhale, come to cobra, shoulders back, open your heart, press the tops of the feet on the floor, and then exhale, push onto your knees, and again, take child's pose. With the knees together or the knees apart, your choice. Forehead to the mat, steady your breath. Be here. One more breath. Good. And then inhale, slowly roll up, back to tabletop. All right, so we're gonna repeat that one more time, tucking the toes under. Inhale, lift the knees, let them hover barely off the floor. Find focus as you bring awareness to your arms, your shoulders, your core. Exhale, push back. Find your downward facing dog. Feel free to walk, pedal, and adjust the body as you settle in. And once you've settled in, be mindful here that the principal part of this posture is to have a nice long spine. So from the fingertips to the tailbone should be a diagonal line. And then if that doesn't happen, bending the knees might allow you to make that happen. So feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. When it's possible, press the heels down, engage into the quadricep, lift the kneecaps and hold. 1, belly's drawn in. 2, 3, check in. How is everything feeling? 4, how much of a struggle is this for you or not? 5, looking forward between the hands. Walk your feet back just a little bit to adjust, finding your high plank. And then again, from your toes or from your knees, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Try to hover if possible. Inhale, either cobra or upward facing dog. Your choice. Shoulders back, chin up, hold. And then exhale, knees come down. And take your child's pose once more. Make this one as comfortable as you like for yourself. You can extend the arms forward, or you can reach the arms back towards your feet. Letting your back muscles completely relax, softening the hands and wrists. Softening the shoulders. One more breath. We're going to move into some back bending next, some nice restorative back bending. So inhale, kind of chin up, look forward. Exhale, slowly come back. All right, so we're going to need at least one block. You're going to place it at the long side, kind of across, and at the lowest level. We'll get a chance to bring it higher before. So you're going to place the block right around your middle back. So when you lay back, the block should be underneath your shoulder blades, but above your rib cage, kind of. So kind of position in a place that's comfortable. And then you can let the top of the head come to the floor. And you can release the arms, relax into the sides, and you can relax the legs. The alternate to this, you can also use a bolster to hold yourself up. It's a little bit more comfortable because it supports your head as well. But this is nice to opening the throat. This particular asana is very good to regulate the thyroid, the parathyroid, and the thymus glands. So it's a really nice way for you to kind of open up the throat. And hopefully it's not too uncomfortable. Stabilize. Stabilize with your breath. Relax the shoulders, relax your arms. Let your feet kind of just be regular, like almost like Shavasana legs. And stay here for a few breaths. Your head doesn't touch? Okay, as long as it touches your. All right, looks good, you guys. Ruthie, can you straighten your legs? Straighten your legs, honey. Yeah, go again. Drop your head back. There you go. That's better. And relax your arms like Shavasana arms. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. All right. Try to relax your arms, Panda. Let your chest open. Don't fight with your body, but instead surrender to what it's giving you. Sometimes what it gives you is tension and tightness. Sometimes it gives you a chance to open up. If you find this too easy, you're welcome to take the block a little bit higher so that you can get a little bit more opening, maybe feels a little nicer. So you decide what your body needs. Don't overdo it. Again, just listen. Have that conversation with your body. Where am I feeling tension as I hold it? Am I squeezing through my glutes? Am I holding my breath? Am I squeezing through my shoulders? Can I soften there? Is my face scrunched up? Can I relax my face? Maybe even close your eyes. Let your hips sink down. Let yourself surrender to this feeling. Even though it may be alien in your body, even though it may be really just off, you might feel like, hey, this is not quite right. That's okay. Life isn't sometimes quite right. So be with it. Flow through it. As long as there's no sharp shooting electric pain, you're okay to stay. So we'll be here just a few more moments. Try to surrender. Find stillness within. Silence within. Breathe easy. Out of this posture, we're going to go nice and slow. Let's start by simply bending the knees and planting the feet on the floor. Then we'll take the hands to the back of the head, kind of behind the ears, and we'll kind of do a little lift of the head to look towards the knees. That might be a part here where you kind of just feel like, okay, I can do this now. Then if it's available for you, reach the arms forward and just a little bit of a crunch up to get yourself up to seated. Once you're up to seated, then good. All right, so we're gonna move that block and then we're gonna use it again, but for the lower back. So lay all the way onto your back without the block in place. You're gonna take the block and you're gonna put it at the middle level or the lowest level like you had it, and you're gonna lift your hips and place it at the area of your sacrum. So that is right below your waist, but above your glutes. So once your block is in place, then at this point, you can decide, I want to keep my feet planted on the floor and my knees bent, or I want to straighten my legs. Straightening your legs is going to add a little extra stretch through the fronts of the hips, the hip flexors, the psoas muscles. So all of these fronts of the hips here are going to get a nice feeling throughout. And then lastly, if you'd like, if your legs are straight and you feel good, maybe arms overhead, palms facing up, shoulders relaxed. And kind of the chin just naturally curls in, again, working the thyroid, the parathyroid, and the thymus glands here all equally. And you can kind of imagine those glands in your body that are so useful to controlling your hormones, your mood, to regulating so much of your body. Watching them rehealing themselves, watching them regenerating themselves so that they can supply you with the best possible version of yourself. Our bodies do have the abilities to heal. It is within the capacity of our bodies to heal itself. We just have to set intention and we have to work with it, not against it, to reach that goal. So as you hold and surrender to your stretch, find that connection to your body so that you can begin that healing process together. If this is a little too easy, you can always make the block a little bit higher, but I do recommend if the block is at its highest point that you don't straighten your legs. So if you decide to make the block higher and lift it to its highest point, then the best thing here would be to walk the feet out, but not straighten them all the way. Just keep the feet planted on the floor, something along like that. That's a possibility for you if you so wish to take it.
And again, as we did before, notice if you're creating tension in your glutes, that seems to be the place where most of the tension seems to go. Relax your glutes, don't squeeze, relax. Relax your legs, relax your shoulders and arms. Notice as the breath flows in, the body rises, the belly inflates. And notice as the breath flows out, everything kind of seems to sink down into its position. You shouldn't feel any sharp sensations in the lower back. If you do, make the block a little bit lower, or just remove it altogether and you can go into a simple bridge. As you inhale, notice that the chest rises up towards your chin, and kind of press your chin towards the chest a little bit more, like you're creating a double chin for yourself. Squeeze through the throat, again, working those glands. Let's hold just a few more breaths in stillness and silence. And with the next exhale, we'll start to slide the feet in if they're extended. And then you can come to your toes to push your hips up so that you're able to remove the block out from underneath you. And then start to lower your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, gently, with control, the sacrum and tailbone touch. And then you can bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice hug. Maybe roll around a couple times, giving that lower back a little massage after that back bending. And then slowly you can take it maybe to like a circle or a half circle. Kind of feel where your lower back is most comfortable so that you can move into those parts, and it should feel pretty nice. Yeah, you can roll up and down, you can roll side to side, you can roll any which way that feels good for your back. Trying to target all those parts in the middle, in the lower back, and in the sacrum. So if you move your knees farther away from you, you target a little lower part of the sacrum. And if you bring the knees a little closer to you, you target more of the middle to waistline part of the back. So you can adjust the knees to find the right spot. And then we're gonna go ahead and release the left leg down, take the right foot on top of the left knee, like a figure 4 position. So imagine if you look down at your knees, you're making a perfect triangle with your right leg. For Zena to move along, all right. Of course she sits right there. Oh, this dog, lovely dog. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna take this right leg that's in this figure 4 position, and we're gonna drop it all the way to the left so the foot plants down on the floor. Avoid the right knee folding in. So keep that right knee moving away from you, pushing it away from you, not with your hand, but with the strength of your hip flexors and your leg. And then we're gonna extend the arms out like a T, and we're gonna look to the right. Good. And just kind of be here for a few breaths. Again, we find a sense of ease within the discomfort. Steady, easy breathing. Good. And then slowly with the next inhale, let's bring it back up to the center. And then we're gonna bring that left knee, the one that's planted on the floor, in towards the chest. You can hold on to the thigh or to the shin. And then inhale, you could lift the head towards the knee, rounding to the back. Exhale, lower the head down, long spine. Lastly here, if you so wish, you can straighten that left leg, maybe point or flex the left foot. So we're just finding stretch the left leg, Panda. So bring the left leg in towards your body. Try to hold the thigh. So right hand in that space between your right knee and your left thigh. There you go. You got it. Good. That's it. Steady your breathing. And again, pointing the toe makes the pose change a little bit. Flexing the foot makes the pose change a little bit. So kind of decide which one you like, or you can do both. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. They like to hike up. They do for me all the time. So just a little extra effort to soften where no tension is needed. And then exhale, we're going to release the arms, let them come out to the side. Flex the left foot and slowly lower down with control. So we're using our obliques. We're using our lower abdomen to slowly with control. The leg is not quite down yet. Lowering it down, keeping it straight. Using that nice, easy breath. As you exhale, the leg comes down. Good. Bend the right knee into the chest. Take the left foot and position it same way. And then we're going to drop the left foot to the floor. Once the left foot is down, keep the knee moving away from you. And again, we look to the left this time, finding a nice twist with the hip opener. Breathing steady. If it feels nice, you can even close your eyes, but don't try to relax that left knee down. Keep moving it away. It's very gentle effort you're putting in here. You don't want to be struggling, and you want your breath to be calm and peaceful. Good. Nice and easy breathing. Do a couple more breaths here. And exhale. Good. Slowly inhale. Let's bring it back to center. You still have that figure four shape with your legs. With the right knee bent, just bring it in towards your body. You can hold on to your thigh or your shin and then curl everything in. Forehead towards that left foot, shoulders away from the ears, round, round, round through your back. And then exhale, lower your head down. You can stay here holding on to the leg, or you can try to extend that right leg, flexing or pointing the foot. And still that left knee pushes away. And so you can either decide to keep it flexed or keep it pointed. It's up to you. I like to switch. I'll have to get you a strap next time. Soften the shoulders and stabilize with your breath. Also, circling the ankle might feel pretty nice at this point. You can try that. Notice if your hips are askew, you can kind of drop that left hip a little bit, or the right hip if that's lifted. One more breath. And then with the exhale, we're going to release the arms, but keep the leg in play. So don't let that leg relax completely. Either point or flex the foot. I like to flex it to lower down and start to lower down with control. We're using the right side obliques here. We're using the quad of the right leg. We're using the lower abdomen. The leg's not quite down yet. We're still lowering it, hovering it over the floor. And exhale, it comes all the way down. And then we can release. Release left leg, release right leg. Plant both feet on the floor. Separate them about as wide as your mat. And then bring the knees in towards each other. Right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Breathe easy here. Constructive rest pose. So allow yourself a moment to regulate your breath once more. Feel the parts of your body making contact with the earth and see if you can ground yourself through those places of contact. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. I'm going to do one more pose before we do a short breathing practice. So again, grab your block somewhere, wherever it is near you. And then you're going to elevate your sacrum. This time the block is going to be at the flattest level. And we're just going to do legs up the wall. So with the block at the sacrum, you find slight elevation, and then your legs are gonna extend up. Imagine your legs are two big hot air balloons. They're just floating there. There's no tension, no need to flex, no need to point, no need to do anything really with your legs. You can kind of wiggle them a little bit to get them to relax, and then just let them be. This might be a struggle sometimes if you have tightness in your hamstrings. You might feel like this is not very comfortable. So give yourself the opportunity to make it comfortable by elevating the hips as much as you need to. You can also do this without the block if that's easier or nicer for you. And then your hands are going to relax. Imagine also Shavasana, arms and shoulders. So you relax your arms, palms facing up, fingers gently curled into the hands. Long neck, shoulders soft. Close your eyes here for a moment and just be. You're not trying to press your legs towards each other. You're not trying to separate them. You're just letting them float. Again, two big hot air balloons. They're just floating there. You might start to feel some tingling sensation through the toes, the feet. That's okay. That's normal. Don't shy away from that. Nothing bad's going to happen because you're tingling through your toes. Let it be. If it's very uncomfortable, you don't like it, you can always just kind of wiggle the toes a little bit, and then that sensation will dissipate. But sometimes finding that stillness and letting that sensation move from the toes down to the feet, down into the legs, is exactly what our body needs. So just see what you feel, honor your body, and be here just a few more breaths if it's possible. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Good. With this last exhale, we're going to start to wiggle the toes, bringing a little bit of feeling back to the feet and toes. And then we're just going to lower the heels. So keep the legs from the knees to the thighs exactly where they are. Just start to lower the heels and the feet down, let them hang there. And just notice if maybe there's like a temperature change in the feet, or there's just a feeling of tingling a little bit more intense through the feet and the toes. Observe. Keeping the lower belly drawn in, we're going to start to lower the feet to the floor. Very slow, with so much control that you're almost moving through like molasses, trying to really slowly bring those feet down. Once the toes touch, the heels can come down. And then inhale, you can elevate your hips, move that block out of the way. And one more time, bring those knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice round, side to side, circles, half circles. And then to sit up here, we have 2 options. You can always just roll over onto your right side, or you can cross your ankles and kind of slowly roll up and roll back, roll up and roll back. If it feels good, you can try it like 3 or 4 times. And then at some point, roll all the way up and come to seated. Good. All right. Grab your pillow if you're going to sit on one, so that you can go right to the edge of that pillow. You cross your feet so your heels line up, and then you scoot yourself down the pillow so you're right at the edge of the pillow. The pillow is barely underneath you. Nice. Good. All right, so we're going to end our class today with a little breathing practice. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. This is very good regulating breath. You take your right hand into Vishnu Mudra, so index finger, middle finger down, ring finger, pinky finger, and thumbs up. It's going to feel awkward in your hand, but just remember that's, I know it's kind of weird. Place this mudra, so ring finger, yeah. Place this mudra at the center of your heart, and then you take your left hand and just place it, relax it on your left thigh. Or you can take Shin Mudra too if you like, but not necessary. We're going to focus on Vishnu. So shoulders relax. You can close your eyes, and I'll give auditory instructions for this, but you can always open your eyes to look at me if you're unsure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the thumb and close the right nostril,
And we're gonna inhale through the left. Then we hold the breath as we close the left nostril with the ring finger, open the right nostril with the thumb, and then exhale through the right. Then we inhale again through the right side, keeping the hand as is. As we pause at the top of the breath, close the right nostril with the thumb, open the ring finger, exhale through the left. So that's a full round. Let's do it again. Inhale left. Close the left nostril, open the right, exhale. Inhale right side. Close the right, open the left, exhale. Now we want to try and make the exhale double the length of the inhale if possible. Inhale left. Open the right nostril, close the left nostril, exhale right, double the length. Inhale right. Close the right side, open the left, exhale, double the length. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Let's try for 2 more rounds. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Release the right hand. Bring back the breath through both nostrils. Alternate nostril breathing is a good way for us to balance the left and right sides of our bodies. It's a good way for us to balance any opposites that we might feel, whether in our personalities or in our emotions. Finding equanimity and a sense of acceptance and peace. So as you breathe now through both nostrils equally, check in once more through your body and notice which parts of your body you are creating tension or tightness. And if it's possible, can you relax? Can you soften? Can you surrender to what is, and can you let go of anything that no longer serves you? Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of your throat. Slowly and gently with the next inhale breath. We'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart, pressing the palms against each other. You feel the skin on skin of your hands. You feel a little bit of pressure of the left hand pressing against the right and the right pressing against the left. Better relax your shoulders and elbows. Anjali Mudra or prayer mudra symbolizes the union of our body, our minds, and our spirit. And as we conclude our practice today, see if you can find a little space of gratitude, perhaps for the practice, perhaps for your ability to show up. Whatever it is, let that sense of gratitude expand through your heart and through the rest of your body as we inhale together for the sound home. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with peace. Namaste.